This boat, at the moment, she's being retained and restored, basically like a floating piece of history, under the current company, which is Silvery Light Sailing, since March this year. The main aim and goal is to use it as an implement to retain and introduce people into maritime history, heritage, and to essentially become a sail training vessel. I'm Wesley Nicholas Bowers, grew up in South Africa, and I am a professional sailor. I grew up near the sea, and I've been sailing since before I'd really actually known it. Grew up across the road from a yacht club, rowing boats, swimming, carrying on. Ended up working at the bar. The yacht club was my first job, and that's kind of where I picked up most of the stories and a lot of the do's and don'ts on boats. I never knew I could do it as a profession until somebody offered me a job. I took it with both hands, and I've been doing it for around 10 years now. And just before COVID, I was averaging about 10,000 miles a year. I think that I was well over experienced before I took on this job. A lot of guys, they take on something too quickly. It's very easy to get ahead of yourself, so I've been waiting to get just the right amount of experience to be able to take on something like this, and I'm glad I have, because well, it's a lot of work. 1892 Brixham trawler, built in the River Dart. She's fully wood, plank on frame, double skinned, super hard, gaff rigged ketch cutter. She's 83 foot on deck and around 97 with the bowsprit out. She crowds out about 8 or 9 sails at a full complement, and she was purpose built as a fishing vessel with great big hold, made to run by about 3 to 5 men, which is actually a very low number for such a big boat. Neary, Warren Point, we've been down to Drogheda, we spent a little bit of time in Howth, she's been up to Derry, she's been in Isle of Man, and for the next couple of weeks we'll be here in Belfast mostly, but the main base is actually Warren Point in the Carlingford Loch. Well, we've been running trips between 2 to 3 to 5 days, so that's the general time frame that we like to put things in. I mean, I think that 3 days is optimum. That's you get it in, you get it going, you get the good taste of it, and then you get off of it, because it's quite a strenuous activity, but that's what it is. That's what it always has been. Sailing is extremes.
My name is Alberto, and I'm from Italy, from Turin. Very close to be 5 years now, so I've been on board for quite a long time. She was built as a Brixham fishing trawler down in Brixham, so she's from the original birthplace of this kind of vessels. So she used to sail for about 4-8 days and catch as much fish she was able to, and then go back in town, get rid of everything, and go back outside with a crew of 4 men and 1 boy. Her first part, but after the 50s she was sold to the Swedish, because this kind of vessel was so good, so well built, that everybody in Scandinavia wanted them. She worked a few years still as a fishing trawler, but then she was turned from that to a steam engine cargo vessel, so completely different kind of rig. Big engine down below. Of course, before that there was no engine at all. Big wheelhouse, and she was working mainly between Sweden and Denmark. After the 60s she was rescued by the Swedish Cruising Club, because she spent about 4 years as a wreck. So she was rescued and she was turned in what she is now, so a sail training vessel, and she carried ever since 12 trainees plus 5 crew members.